Good day everyone, my name is Princess Rose Mamparo and I will be reporting about geometric and archaic period in Classicism and the Greco-Roman tradition. So first, let us look at our objectives. Objective 1. Identify and describe the form, content, and context of geometric and archaic works. Second, define critical terms related to geometric and archaic art. Third, discuss characteristics of geometric and archaic pottery, statuary, and architecture. Last but not least, discuss the significance of geometric and archaic period in Greek art. Let us first discuss classicism. So what is classicism? Classicism refers to a style or approach in literature, art, architecture, or music that is characterized by adherence to traditional forms, principles, or aesthetics that are considered classical or timeless. Classicism is an artistic and intellectual movement that emphasizes adherence to principles of order, harmony, and balance derived from ancient Greek and Roman art and literature. It often prioritizes clarity, restraint, and idealized forms in its expressions across various disciplines, such as architecture, literature, and visual arts. Here are some Greco-Roman tradition. First, ancient Greeks developed elaborate myths or stories that explain these phenomena in terms of how these deities behave, their strengths and weaknesses, and their histories. Second, each Greek polis or city-state had its own set of important gods and goddesses and its own way to worship and honor them. Third, most Greeks identified a pantheon, or a group of all gods and goddesses of 12 major deities. The Greeks called this set of 12 gods and goddesses the Olympian gods. Why? Because they supposedly lived on Mount Olympus in northern Greece. Last but not the least, the Romans, who greatly admired Greek culture, later identified their own deities with powers similar to the Greek gods. One of the gods, or shall we say the well-known god, Zeus. Zeus is the god of the sky in ancient Greek mythology. As the chief Greek deity, Zeus is considered the ruler, protector, and the father of all gods and humans. In summary, classical art encompasses the cultures of Greece and Rome and endures as the cornerstone of Western civilization, including innovations in painting, sculpture, decorative arts, and architecture. Classical art pursued ideals of beauty, harmony, and proportion, even as those ideals shifted and changed over the centuries, while employed in propagandistic ways. So now let us talk about Greek art. Greek art refers to the visual arts produced in ancient Greece between the 19th century BCE and the 1st century CE. It encompasses a wide range of artistic expressions including sculpture, architecture, pottery, and painting, characterized by an emphasis on idealized forms, naturalism, balance, and harmony, influenced by the principles of order and proportion derived from Greek philosophy and mythology. Here are some artworks and artists of classical Greek art and architecture. First is the Dying Gaul, second is the Laocoon and his sons, and last is the Parthenon. Gaul. This Roman copy of a Greek Hellenistic work depicts a nude and dying man, identified as Gaul or more specifically a Galatian, a member of a Celtic tribe in Pergamon, a Greek city in Turkey. Sitting on the ground, his left hand grasping his left knee, he looks down as if contemplating his end. His extended legs and the twist of his torso suggest pain and imminent collapse. Laocoon and his sons. This famous work depicts the doomed struggle of Laocoon and his two sons Antiphantes and Thymbraeus caught in the coils of two giant poisonous sea serpents, one of them biting Laocoon's hip. His hand grasps the snake's neck as he tries to fend it off. On the left, the youngest boy, dying from the poison, has collapsed, his legs caught in the coils that lift him off the ground. The central figure is the father, whose powerful muscular form twists upward and backward. The Parthenon. This iconic temple, dedicated to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and patron of Athens, stands majestically on top of the Acropolis, a sacred complex overlooking the city. The building exemplifies the the Doric order and the rectangular plan of the Greek temples, which emphasized a flow of movement and light between the temple's interior and the surrounding space. The geometric period in ancient Greece, roughly spanning from 900 to 700 BCE, is characterized by the emergence of distinctive geometric patterns and motifs in art, particularly pottery. This period marks the transition from the Dark Ages to the Archaic period, known for its emphasis on geometric shapes, simplified forms, and stylized figures in art and design. Geometric pottery refers to a style of ancient Greek pottery characterized by geometric shapes, abstract motifs, and linear patterns prevalent during the geometric period. These are some human and animal figures in geometric period. The Archaic period in ancient Greek history refers to the time period from approximately 800 to 480 BCE, characterized by significant cultural, political, and artistic developments preceding the classical period. Temple architecture in the Greek Archaic period refers to the construction of religious buildings characterized by simple rectangular structures typically built on elevated platforms called stylobates. Sculpture in Greek Archaic period refers to the artistic production of three-dimensional figures and reliefs between approximately 800 BCE and 480 BCE, characterized by stylized forms, rigid poses, and an emphasis on geometric patterns. Archaic Greek sculpture often depicted gods. Here are two examples of artworks in Archaic Greek art and architecture. First is the pediment of the Temple of Artemis at Corfu and the Dying Warrior. And these are the references. Thank you for listening. That will be all. Thank you.